Joins us. Elias, you're currently out front of Bill Shorten's house. Do we have any idea of what his movements are today?
Yes, good morning, guys. Well, we believe Bill Shorten woke up in a Melbourne hotel this morning and he'd be feeling the Victorian cold particularly hard this morning, given last night's result. This is, of course, as you mentioned, Bill Shorten's home. We're in the suburb of Moonee Ponds, the electorate of Maribyrnong, which he intends to serve still after losing last night and standing down as the leader of the Labor Party. There's some media here now waiting for his arrival, but so far no movement as yet. As we drove in here, still a lot of Bill Shorten signs around in front yards across Moonee Ponds in the northwest of Melbourne. But of course, this electorate, the heartland of Labor, strong Labor electorate, and if you go south here towards the electorate of Jelly-Brown, further west, Layla, very strong Labor seats. But it was in the east where Labor thought they could pick up some seats from the Liberal Party and perhaps lead them on a path to victory. If you tuned into our election coverage last night, the ABC's election coverage last night, Anthony Green thought it could be won and lost in the east of Melbourne along, say, Kooyong to start with, and then Higgins, Deakin, Latrobe, Chisholm, and then further along the Mornington Peninsula in Flinders. But it didn't pan out that way. Of course, in Deakin, the seat of Michael Sukkar, one of the key architects in the downfall of Malcolm Turnbull, he, despite a minor swing, kept his seat. Latrobe, a real surprise there, according to some pundits. It remains in the Liberal column. Kooyong, the seat of Federal Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, stays Liberal, as well as the seat of Higgins with Jason Ball, a Greens candidate, in his second attempt. A lot of pundits thought he could win that seat as well. So in the Labor heartland, as I mentioned, the home of the Labor movement, the home of Bob Hawke, Julia Gillard, two former Prime Ministers. There was no luck for Labor last night, and it turned out that the hunting ground for the Liberal Party in Queensland completely nullified any effect Labor would have had here. And we saw in the state election the east of Melbourne being a huge, advantage, the amount of wins through the east of Melbourne for the state government, but that certainly wasn't replicated last night.
Yeah, Elias, what was